Good morning. Welcome back to another Sober Sunrise video. What a great sleep. I guess I really needed some sleep because it's 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. June 28th, 2025. Let's go. Let's get into this. The determination of our founders. A year and 6 months later, these three had succeeded with 7 more. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 159. That's a very vague statement. What does that mean? That means that I believe that's referencing the first 3 meetings of AA, and then there were 7 more meetings within 6 months. But let's read and find out. If it had not been for the fierce determination of our founders, AA would have quickly faded like so many other so-called good causes. I look at the hundreds of meetings weekly in the city where I live, and I know AA is available 24 hours a day. If I had had to hang on with nothing but hope and a desire to not drink, experiencing rejection wherever I went, I would have sought the easier, softer way and returned to my previous way of life. Yeah, so I think that first part is a reference to the meetings because, think about this. There was no AA at one point, and they had to start with 2 people having a conversation, and then there was a third person. That was the first meeting. You know what I mean? Like, allergies are bad. And then they stuck to it, and they were like, I feel good when I do this. I talk to this person, I help him, he helps me. It feels good, and I don't feel the obsession to drink. And me wanting to be there for that person makes me want to stay sober. So that grew and grew, and out of nothing, 6 months later, there were 7 more meetings around the Akron area. Akron, Ohio is where AA started. And there's probably some AA historian out there who's going to correct me on some of these things, and that's fine. It's important to get the facts straight. So if you're an AA historian and I got some of this wrong, please correct me. I am by no means a historian. If it had not been for the fierce determination of our founders, AA would have quickly faded like so many other so-called good causes. Yeah, I mean, they had to keep finding more people to help. And what's interesting is, like, they went to the doctors and they were like, give us your lost cause alcoholic and we're gonna try something new with them, right? The people, the men, mostly men at that point, who had been put in sanitariums because their obsession to drink and their inability to control it was considered a mental disorder rather than like a disease or an allergy, which is what is commonly thought of as today. But these men were in sanitariums and they were getting treatments, extreme treatments, to try to cure them of their obsession to drink. And there is no cure. There is a solution. The solution is talking about it. The solution is being of service to others. The solution is clearing your own side of the street. Getting to the roots of why the obsession exists in the first place. And so Bill and Bob, which also ironically happen to be my 2 uncles' names. I have 3 uncles, but 2 of them are Bill and Bob. They were like, all right, this feels like it could work. Let's go find some more people to help. They had to go to the hospitals and the sanitariums and talk to the doctors and say, because Bob was a doctor, and they had to say, look, we know that there are men in here that need help, and nothing the medical community can do so far is helping. So give them, who are they? Give us access to them. Let us talk to them. That's incredible. And it worked. And 6 months later, there was a movement happening. There was a community. That's pretty incredible. But it was because of their fierce determination. And they knew it would help. And they couldn't rest until they helped more people. It's pretty amazing. I look at the hundreds of meetings weekly in the city where I live, and I know AA is available 24 hours a day. Yeah. I've been lucky enough to live mostly in places like that, where there are hundreds of meetings available a week. And also, this was all written before Zoom happened, before the Zoom meeting explosion happened. So now there are meetings 24 hours a day at your fingertips if you have a smartphone or an internet device. AA is available 24 hours a day. There's YouTube videos, there's 24-hour-a-day meetings, you name it. If I had had to hang on with nothing but hope and a desire not to drink, experiencing rejection wherever I went, I would have sought the easier, softer way and returned to my previous way of life. Yeah, that's what so many did before the solution was invented, discovered, however you want to think of it. So many people, men and women, just were like, all right, I'm just damned, and this is my life, and I just might as well go back to that and embrace it and just drink myself to death. And they did. They just drank themselves to death. And what I get very sad when I think about that. Imagine the despair of knowing, and I don't have to imagine that, I've experienced it, the despair of knowing that, like, this is just how I am, and this is just going to be my life now. I can't do anything about it. I might as well just drink myself to death. I was there for a period of time during my relapse. And that's a very, very scary place to be. So if you were there, if you are there now, or if you feel like there's a chance you might get there, reach out for help, please. Send me a message on the comments. Do something, you know? You don't have to die like that. You don't have to live like that. There is a solution. There's no magic pill. It's going to require work. And it won't always be comfortable. But guess what? You got to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Because are you comfortable now? No. Can you imagine getting any less comfortable? Probably not. The discomfort I've experienced in working the steps is nothing compared to the discomfort I felt when I was drinking and I couldn't stop. So, what you have to go through to get better is nothing compared to what you have been going through. I promise you that. So kind of a short reading today. I would love to get some comments going on the page. So far, none, but it'll happen. It'll happen when it happens. I pulled up the wisdom calendar entry. Haven't read it yet. I had ChatGPT make a slide of it. The family relationship is only good and firm and giving of virtue to people when it goes beyond family and is also religious. And all the members of the family believe in one God and his law. Otherwise, the family is the source, not of pleasure, but of suffering. I don't think so. We're just going to gloss over that one because I wholeheartedly disagree with that. Maybe I'll dissect it on my own time to figure out what I can learn from it. And there it is. If you want to do the same, go ahead, take a screenshot. If you're not a religious person like me, and if you, at your core, disagree with this, then take your time, investigate it, form your own thoughts about it. But yeah, no, I'm not going to go into that one. At my core, I disagree with that. So, bye. All right. Let's see. Since this is such a short video, just a quick update. 1,192 days sober today. Pretty cool. Oh, actually, I didn't even realize it. I always forget. The 24th of every month is another month sober for me. So, 1,192 days is the equivalent of 3 years, 3 months, 4 days. So 3 years, 3 months, and 4 days. Pretty cool. All right. I'm going to go have a great weekend with my son. I get to have a great weekend with my son because I did a lot of hard work, and now I get to enjoy the fruits of that labor. So I'm going to go have a great weekend. I hope whoever you are, wherever you are, whenever you're listening to this, you took something away from it. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you like the channel, subscribe to the channel. And if you know someone who could benefit from hearing the messages in these videos, please share the videos with them. That's all I want to do with this. I mean, it's good for me. It's helpful for me. But mostly, I would love to start seeing some comments. And, I know someday it'll happen. Where people say whatever impact this had on them. But, yeah, I'm just very grateful. I'm in a very grateful mood today. A lot of gratitude. So I'm going to go enjoy a beautiful summer day with my boy. So thank you again for coming. Like, subscribe, share. Love you all. You're all worth it, and you're all enough. Bye.